Hello orienteering friends, welcome to another video of my run. Unfortunately I forgot to take my GoPro with me this time, so I will just look at the Livelox and analyze the route choices and what I did, how I was thinking. So let's start. Let's start slowly and I will then maybe make it faster. So here I'm starting and I'm going right straight, almost straight to the control. As you can see, there are these two small ridges, so I was mainly focusing on these features. I think I can make it a little bit faster. So when I crossed this part, then I saw this kind of a small ridge and I climbed on top of it, and then I was looking for the control. I didn't see it at first because it's this police tape marker, and it was actually in this small vegetated area. So I think I lost like 10 seconds there, not much more. Then I decided to go along this road or bigger path, let's say. I think even vehicles can go on this road or path. And then I was focusing on this depression here, and then take it to the right, straight to the control. It wasn't very visible because there was some logging and fallen trees, so I was looking around a little bit. Then to control number 3, I think I wanted to go straight. Yes, and I went straight. I remember that I was going through this runnable vegetation. It was very young forest. I think it was oak trees, maybe. I don't know exactly. Anyways, then I slightly deviated from the course and hit this more vegetated young forest, let's say. So I went around it, and I was trying to pick my direction here from this corner. I think I didn't pick the right direction here, and I ended up too much to the right from the direction. So when I entered this, well, it's a little bit grown up. It's kind of runnable, but it's not very like easily navigatable forest. It's with all these kind of, you know, small clearings, and I mistook this part, this white forest, which was runnable, with one of these kind of clearings, and I didn't check my direction properly, I think. So that was also a mistake. So I ended up here. There was also a big tree. So I thought that was the tree. Unfortunately, it wasn't. And it took me a while to like orient myself, figure out where am I. And then I decided to go around this area and try to hit it from this part somewhere. I couldn't have gone backwards, but as I said, I wasn't really able to, properly orient in this forest. So it was easier for me to pick a direction from this path, and then I even saw the big tree from this point. So then it was easier for me to take the right direction, and then I hit the tree. So I think I lost like maybe 3 minutes at this control. To control number 4, I actually just wanted to get to this path, and then along this path go to this big ridge. At least it's a big ridge in this area, and then basically along this fence climb it, and yeah, here I saw these features here. I was above the control basically, so just didn't saw it at first glance, but yeah, I basically mark it here at this point. And then to control number 5, that was again kind of easy, just took my direction. When I was going along this path, I already saw this kind of feature, this kind of bending of the contours here, so it was easy to pick the stone there. To control number 6, I decided to go along these paths, and I think I went straight through this forest here. Yes, so here this part was kind of vegetated. You could not see well far ahead in front of you, so that was kind of a tricky to figure it out. But at this point around here it was already kind of visible, so it was visible that I could see that stone. And here I basically just took the bearing straight to this path, and then I saw, when I was somewhere here around this path, I just looked up, and I was thinking, yeah, it must be one of these stones up here. So this was also kind of easy because it was almost at the top, and it was very nicely visible from below. Then here on the top I just follow along this path, nothing difficult here. And I think when I saw this feature, which is quite a big stone, I basically stopped and corrected my direction. As you can see here, I stopped and then went around, and the control was this small stone or bigger stone below, so, and it was very nicely visible, so that wasn't very difficult here. To control number, which one is this? Okay, so 9. So then yeah, basically went straight down along this fence, and then this is a very nicely runnable forest. You can see far ahead. So I saw this small hill, and then I oriented myself around this hill, and then straight to the control. I also met another fellow runner who was looking for the control there. Then to control 10, for some reason I didn't want to go around, which might have been a better choice, and I also didn't notice that there is this path around. I could have gone here and then straight here. Instead I climbed here. This wasn't big climb, it's just, you know, it was more difficult in these stone fields and all these rocks, and it was a little bit more difficult for me to precisely pinpoint my location in this field. So it took me a while, and the guy who I met here went around it this way, and we basically met at this control. So there was not much gain, let's say. Then to control number 11, I just decided to go to this path, and then around this vegetated area here and here. So as you can see, this kind of worked out well for me. I have found the control easily, but this was pretty thick vegetation, so I kind of lost my direction here. I wanted to hit this path, and I went a little bit here. Here it was very tricky for me. I think I wanted to go along this vegetation boundary, but I missed it or didn't properly identify it. That's a better word. There was actually a lot of fallen trees or cut down trees, and I tried to avoid it. And then I thought that I will hit this vegetation boundary, and instead I hit this one, and so I then I lost my orientation here in this forest. Even it was light, I think I didn't looked properly in my map, or didn't orient my map here properly, because as you can see, I totally went away, because I thought that I saw from the forest here, I saw that there is some kind of path, but I mistook it for this path, and I didn't want to go back. So instead that's why I probably did this total whatever. That's why I turned left almost. So then when I got out of this forest, I easily navigated to this road, and then I identified this junction here, and from there I just took bearing. Didn't quite hit it at first, but as you can see, I found the control. Now to control 13, I'm not sure why I decided to go back. It just seemed to me easier to navigate, to go along these roads and paths. You could go along this boundary, but it didn't look very runnable at first to me. And then maybe through this forest somehow. Instead, I thought it would be easier to just go around this along this path, which was, I think, good choice, because I can run pretty fast. So this was at least for me, it was a good route choice. And then I found this gamekeeper post or whatever it is, and found this water hole. So this was easy. The difficult part here was this kind of thick vegetation, because I couldn't fight it, and I had to go around. So maybe I should have gone around from the very beginning. Instead, I tried it again here. Maybe I think I lost a little bit my direction here. I'm not sure why I was going this way, and then maybe there were some trees or some vegetation that I tried to avoid. So then I got to this path. That was easy. I think I can speed it up again. Around these houses, that was fine. And then I saw this kind of vegetation here, so, and then I was crossing this water thing, water line, and I found the control pretty easily here. Now to control 15, this was an interesting part because it was a long one and there was maybe more than one route choice. I decided to go along this path, but I saw other runners going almost here and along this road, which I think was better because at least here, you know, I kind of deviated back from this ridge. I was sure that I'm not going to go like straight. I wanted to go around it, but you know, this way I went a little bit too much to the left, so I could have gone more to the right here and then straight to this path. So I think I lost like half a minute here. But as I said, I'm quite a good and fast runner still. So then when I was running along this path, I could push it, and I was really going as fast as I could. Maybe there was another choice to just go all the way around here and then try to hit it the control from this point, but well, I think the difference wasn't that big, and since I was already on this path, I just went along it, and this was kind of quite easy all along the path. Here at this junction I stopped a little bit because I wanted to, you know, properly navigate and take the right bearing, which as you can see I kind of did pretty well here. So I'm closing in to the control. Just, you know, in the forest you are trying to avoid any obstacles, and I found the control easily here, and I met my wife there also looking for that control. Then again I just went around some vegetation here and then along this path through this narrow right, and then I found this clearing and took it along this road. That was easy, and this was, I think, nice. It was nicely visible ridge or whatever. Here it took me a while to take the proper direction, and as you can see I wasn't very precise here, and then I went along the vegetation basically, found this water line, but it was like on and off. It was there and then it wasn't there, so I went a little bit to the right, but I found it was in this waterway anyways. Here again I'm avoiding some obstacles, and then I'm not sure why I went so far. Maybe it's just a GPS error, because I remember going along this path all the way to this main road, and here yeah, I was looking for this path, so I went into the forest when I saw it, and then basically to this vegetation boundary and around it, and it was easier to find than I thought initially, and then I decided to go back to the main road. I think here you can go follow this, you know, clearing to the top, but I thought for me it was easier to go along the road because it was faster. You can really push it here, and then yeah, this is kind of um, very nicely visible stone, so it was basically straight to this stone and then back to this junction, and from this junction directly to this water hole, big water hole, and it was pretty straight, although I had to, you know, correct myself a little bit, so I didn't went full speed. So overall, I was pretty happy with my performance. Physically, it was tough for me because I was trying to run really as fast as I could. Navigation wise, you know, this was a little mistake that I am not happy about. So I could gain like maybe 3 minutes here. But it wasn't that bad as number 12, where I totally lost orientation here in this forest, and instead of going straight here, I should have just continued. I somehow missed this road and went all the way here, so that was another 3 maybe 4 minutes. Anyways, it's kind of nice area for a training or even a race. I actually don't remember racing there. Maybe once I did race in this area, but it was more oriented here in this path, in this part of the forest, I think. So yes, and yeah, I don't really have anything more to say. So uh, enjoy forest, enjoy running, have a good time. Cheers, and see you next time.